the flow with you.
So when I run this code, if my boyfriend isn't a cheating asshole, then nothing will get printed out. Now, I'm gonna tell Ruby to run our code, and I'm going to pass in our text messages. Okay. No need to panic. This could mean anything. The GF isn't putting out? Who's this GF anyway? Those aren't even my initials. Earlier we printed out too much. Now we printed out too little. We need more information to get to the bottom of this perfectly innocent exchange between a committed and upstanding boyfriend and the slut from the UPS store. What do these funny brackets mean? This means that if any line matches a string of characters that contains a uppercase D or a lowercase d, followed by Arla, then that line is going to be printed out. Now I tell Ruby to run our code. Of course, the same two messages that we saw before are still there, but now we see that there are more perfectly innocent messages from darla_the_slut@gmail.com. That's okay. That's no reason to, you know, like, cut off his dick while he's in the shower. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with it. I want to know what's in these messages. The first thing I'm going to do might seem a little bit strange. Instead of splitting up our data by individual lines like we did before, I'm going to split it up by chunks that end in 2 return characters. If we look at the data again, we see that each message chunk ends in 2 return characters. A return character here, and a return character here. Then, the next chunk begins. So now the variable lines contains larger chunks than it did before, and this block of code will run for each chunk. Chunk. Each chunk gives us more context to work with. Now, if the chunk contains Darla, which means it was either from darla_the_slut@gmail.com, or if he mentions Darla in the message, then we want to print that chunk if he also mentions the word foot. Why? Well, let's just say that I know he has a thing for feet. Not that I blame him. Woo! So now we're gonna run our code searching for messages from Darla that contain the word foot. It would appear that he is discussing his foot fetish with Darla. There's nothing weird about that. I'm fine with it. Let's match any message to Darla that contains the word foot or feet. I could do it like this, but since we're learning regular expressions, let's use the same trick we did before. This regular expression looks for any string of characters that starts with an F, is followed by an O or E, is followed by another O or E, and then ends in T. And now when we run our code, we see that he has innocently offered Darla a foot massage. After a long day at the UPS store and a long night on the street corner, I'm sure her feet are pretty sore, so that makes sense, right? So now we've pretty much established that nothing out of the ordinary is going on with Darla. I'm gonna change our program one more time. This time, if the message matches Darla and the message matches the words foot or feet, or if it matches sex, then I want it to print out that chunk. But since I know that sex can be exciting, I want to be able to match sex even if it's in all caps. To do this, I can put this I at the end of the regular expression, and this means to match the line insensitively to uppercase or lowercase. Very useful. Now we can establish once and for all. He asked if she likes sex. That's normal. I ask people if they like sex all the time. Foot fetish? Foot massage? Normal, normal. And normal. Normal. I'm fine with this. I'm completely fine. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with it. It's over. You're never gonna see these again. That felt pretty good. I should cut up some more things. Thanks for joining us on Hello World, where we learn to program the sexy way. Join us next time when I'll teach you how to hack your ex-boyfriend's Facebook account and send pictures of his penis to his grandparents. Yay! Or, you know, you could just send his actual penis to his grandparents.